Hey everybody, this one is called Turtles All the Way Down. Original art by Philip Ryder Dunn. I, this thing is still available for sale, a- and believe it's 30 by 30. That's oil on masonite board, which is fantastic. I really dig the background. That is how it all started. I'll show you in the time lapse how this all came together. Um, and the turtles turned out really well. The Buddha is super cool. And this I recently had an art party here where we looked at a lot of different things. That something sold here, which is gone. There's a few things that sold off that wall. But one of the kind of key takeaways from the art party is that when people put art on their walls, they expand their house. They're like little portholes that you can look out into other places, other realms, other imaginative areas, like this Buddha with the turtles all the way down. There's a song by Sturgill Simpson, the same title, that's super cool. Check that out if you can. It's just a great song with the same concept in mind that I was trying to get through as I was painting that. But the cool thing about turtles, Buddhas, I have a lot of conceptual art where there's two things mashed together. There's the turtles and the Buddha in that one, but I have one where there's a dandelion and a child in the bushes in a small little fantasy neighborhood. I've got a bedroom that has water flowing through it. There's one that sold to a collector in up near Ojai that is just a wave crashing through a bedroom. The artwork, I try to stretch myself and figure out what is the reason that people collect art or even want something as simple as a print or a piece of art on a t-shirt or a coffee mug. And the reason, like when you get right down to it, is that artwork takes you elsewhere. So it expands your house. You could have a 800 square foot studio with a beautiful 30 by 20 oil painting on a wall, but that painting is going to take anyone that comes through that little cottage to a million different places. And I almost don't like explaining artwork too much because obviously the paintings have meaning to me and they come from a place somewhere inside of me. And I would argue that they don't even do that. And a lot of artists will tell you this, songwriters and painters and sketch people, that whatever comes through your hand is is a bit of a compromise and theft and borrowing and a flow through your body from all the other things that went through you as a child, as a teen, a grown up, a parent. It's the life's experience. And none of it is really your responsibility or anything you could claim to your ego or as if you're somehow good. This is the struggle with creating artwork and actually showing it off, having a show. It's very odd because you come across as a braggart or look what I can do, but any true artist that plays with color and pencils and pens and paints and canvases and attempts. I had a whole yard of artwork out in the courtyard during the show. That was all the failures, all the ones I started and couldn't quite finish, all the tough little adventures that turned into nothing and nowhere. But the key and it sounds absurd, but the key to a really successful art painting is that you allow something from somewhere else. Maybe it's your past, maybe it's some other dimension, maybe it's just a collection of ideas that come through your head that are able to come out through a hand in an impression type way. But it certainly is nothing remotely close to some kind of achievement that this singular person can do. Unlike so much so, unlike what an athletic performance would be. Like we just saw the Olympics, and that's like a lot of really personal self-development work. Art is just nothing like that. It's almost, I mean, it's corny, but it's almost like a seance and you're on a Ouija board and someone's freaking body comes through you and comes out through of your hand. And That's when the good stuff is made. You'll find a lot of people that concur with this and describe this, I think, a lot better than I do. Rick Rubin, the songwriter and producer, is one of them. In any event, I hope you enjoyed this time-lapse photography that showed you how Buddha's all the way down, or turtles all the way down, and the Buddha came together. And I thank you so much for checking out the channel here, and I will do more of these long-form YouTube ones. Hopefully that wasn't too long, but a little bit of background and some insight as to how the stuff comes together, and really the confession that a lot of it has nothing to do with me. It's just, it's stuff that comes through. And I really love it when people buy the art, whether it's in print form, coffee cup, puzzle, even anything, and then they take it into their own house and put it on their wall, and it becomes a window into a totally different space. Anyway, cheers. Thank you. Peace out.